Good morning. Welcome to Top of the Morning by Mint, your daily shot of sharp business intel, global trends, and market movers. It's Friday, July 25th. I'm Nelson John. Big moves, bold words. India signs a $34 billion trade pact with the UK. Modi resets ties with the Maldives. France sparks US fury over Palestine. And Bajaj Finance sounds the alarm on MSME stress. Plus, Southeast Asia flares up as Thailand and Cambodia edge towards open conflict. This is Top of the Morning. Let's get into it. In what's being hailed as a milestone in Indo-British ties, India and the UK have signed a long-awaited free trade agreement during PM Modi's visit to London. 3 years in the making, this deal is set to boost bilateral trade by a whopping $34 billion annually. Signed by Commerce Ministers Piyush Goyal and Jonathan Reynolds, the FTA delivers massive tariff cuts on both sides. India will now offer duty-free access to 99% of its exports, a game changer for sectors like textiles, pharma, jewelry, and more. It opens up $23 billion in new opportunities, said Goyal, calling it a win for inclusive and gender-equitable growth. And here's what gets cheaper for Indian consumers. British cars, Scotch whisky, duties slashed from 150% to 40% over 10 years. Chocolates, soft drinks, biscuits, and even aerospace parts and medical devices. But it's not just goods. Services and people benefit too. Indian professionals can now work in 35 UK sectors for up to 24 months without an office presence, skip social security payments for 3 years, and access 36 service categories without red tape. This deal is as much about trade as it is about trust. With Keir Starmer and Narendra Modi at the helm, the living bridge between the two nations just got a whole lot stronger. Thank you for inviting me to your beautiful nation, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said with folded hands as he landed in Malé on Thursday, marking the second leg of his two-nation tour after the UK. This wasn't just a courtesy call. It was a reset. Modi's visit to the Maldives comes at the invitation of President Mohamed Muizzu and his first high-level engagement with the island nation since Muizzu took office in 2023, riding on a clear India-out sentiment and a visible tilt towards China. But this week, the tide seemed to be turning. Modi will be the chief guest at the Maldives' 60th Independence Day celebrations, an honor that signals a thaw in relations. During his two-day visit, the two leaders are expected to hold wide-ranging talks on maritime security, trade, and regional strategy. Key projects funded by India through lines of credit, grants, and development aid will also be inaugurated. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri called it a significant reset, while India's High Commissioner G. Balasubramanian confirmed that several MOUs will be signed. All of it feeds into the broader India-Maldives joint vision signed last year. The underlying message here is that the Maldives may have leaned towards Beijing, but New Delhi isn't giving up the neighborhood without a diplomatic handshake. It was a diplomatic thunderclap, and the backlash was swift. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has sharply criticized France's move to officially recognize the state of Palestine. Taking to social media platform X, Rubio called the decision reckless and a slap in the face to the victims of October 7th. The United States strongly rejects Emmanuel Macron's plan to recognize a Palestinian state at the UN General Assembly, he posted. This reckless decision only serves Hamas's propaganda and sets back peace. Rubio's remark refers to the October 7th terror attack by Hamas on Israel, which claimed over 1,200 lives and triggered the current wave of conflict in Gaza. In that context, the Biden administration has maintained that unilateral recognition of Palestinian statehood without direct negotiations with Israel undermines prospects for lasting peace. France, however, appears to be joining a growing list of countries that are pushing for recognition of Palestine as part of a broader effort to pressure Israel and revive talks. But Washington's top diplomat is drawing a red line. His statement underscores a deepening rift within the West, where allies are increasingly divided on how to handle the Israel-Palestine crisis in the wake of rising civilian deaths and global protests. The border between Thailand and Cambodia has erupted. Rockets, fighter jets, and rising death tolls. At least 9 civilians were killed on Thursday in a deadly escalation after Cambodia launched rocket attacks into Thai territory. The Royal Thai Army confirmed the strikes hit 3 provinces, Sisaket, Surin and Ubon Ratchathani, leaving over a dozen wounded. Thailand responded with force. 6 F-16 fighter jets were deployed, with at least one dropping bombs on Cambodian military targets. "We've used air power as planned," said Thai Army spokesperson Richa Suksuvanon. But Cambodia is crying foul. Its defense ministry accused Thailand of violating international norms, claiming Thai jets bombed roads near the Preha Vihar temple. Cambodia has now demanded an emergency UN Security Council meeting, with PM Hun Manet calling Thailand's actions grave aggressions. Meanwhile, both sides are trading diplomatic blows, expelling ambassadors, sealing borders, and warning further escalations. Thailand has begun evacuating civilians from border towns. Reports also suggest Cambodian shelling struck a Thai hospital. China has weighed in, urging calm and dialogue, but on the ground, tensions are at a boiling point, and the markets are reacting. The Thai baht, which recently hit its strongest level since 2022, dropped 0.3% on news of the conflict. What triggered the clash? Thailand says it spotted Cambodian troops and drones near Ta Mueang Thom Temple, Cambodia, which alleges that Thailand made the first move. For now, the only thing rising faster than rhetoric is the risk of a full-scale war. Bajaj Finance delivered a strong set of Q1 numbers. But behind the headlines lies a growing concern. India's top retail NBFC posted a 22% jump in profit to 4,765 crore rupees for the April-June quarter, with net interest income also rising 22% to over 10,000 crore rupees. But listen closely to the Vice Chairman, Rajiv Jain, and the message is clear. Stress is brewing in the MSME loan book. The pain point is customer over leverage, Jain said on the post-earnings call, adding that the company is seeing unexpected early delinquencies, especially in MSME and 2- and 3-wheeler loans. Loan loss provisions rose 26% to 2,120 crore rupees, and restructuring spiked to 2,119 crore rupees, nearly 5 times the usual. Jain admitted that the MSME stress came too sudden and described the situation as a perfect storm caused by credit tightening, over borrowing and slowing demand in 13 of 17 MSME sectors tracked. Even doctors, usually resilient borrowers, are now showing signs of strain. While Bajaj Finance expects 15% growth in AUM, disbursements are likely to stay flat or lower for the rest of FY26. The company is tightening lending norms and offering restructuring to reduce borrower outflows, but recovery, Jain hinted, may take time. Gross NPA rose to 1.03% from 0.86% last year, and credit costs may hover near 2% this fiscal. For now, the lender is banking on its wide funnel, but clearly all eyes are on the health of its unsecured book. That's all for today. Thank you for joining in. We're looking forward to our next Top of the Morning episode, which will be packed with the latest news. Until then, this is Nelson John signing off. Have a great day.